AWS Key Management Service, or AWS KMS, provides an easy way to control access to your data using managed encryption. With AWS KMS, the process of key management is reduced to a few simple clicks. AWS KMS is integrated with other AWS services, including Amazon EBS, Amazon S3, and Amazon Redshift, to simplify encryption of your data within those services. AWS KMS enables you to create, rotate, disable, enable, and define usage policies for master keys and audit their usage. In this video, we'll learn how to create a key in AWS KMS, use this key to encrypt a file in an S3 bucket, modify access permissions to this key, and finally audit all activity related to this key. We assume that you have a basic understanding of AWS Identity and Access Management, or AWS IAM, and that you've had previous experience managing IAM users and roles. If you need a refresher, please watch the AWS IAM Getting Started video. In this example, we'll be working with some pre-existing AWS IAM resources. We have created 3 IAM users called Admin1, User1, and User2. Let's get started. First, sign into the AWS Management Console and click on IAM. On the IAM dashboard, you will see the Encryption Keys option at the bottom of the Details section. Clicking on this option will take you to the AWS KMS console. AWS KMS keys are region-specific and can only be used in the region they are created in. For this example, let's select US West, Oregon. Next, click on Create Key to start the 3-step process of creating a master key. The first step is for us to give our master key a name called an alias. The alias is the display name of the master key and is a required field. Let's define the alias of this key as Financial Reports. You can use the description field to give some meaningful description of what the master key will protect. Let's put Protects Corporate Financial Data in this field. Although the key description field is optional, it is a good practice to use this field to note what data the key will protect. We then click Next Step. Next, we define key administrators for the financial reports master key we're creating. On this screen, you can define which IAM users or roles within your account can administer and use this key. This means they will have rights to edit usage permissions, enable, disable, and rotate this master key. They will also be able to use this key to encrypt and decrypt data. We want to give Admin1 the ability to manage the financial reports master key, so we'll select her from the list of users. We'll now click Next Step. In this step, we define the users or roles that have the ability to use this key to encrypt and decrypt data within your account. The users or roles we select can use the financial reports key from within their applications or when using AWS services currently integrated with AWS KMS. Let's select User1 from this list so that User1 can encrypt and decrypt data using this master key. Note that if you want to allow another AWS account to be able to use this key, you can enter the account's Amazon resource name, or ARN, in the External Accounts option. We won't do that in this video, but it could be useful if your organization has more than one AWS account. To complete the key creation process, we'll click Finish. As you can see, the financial reports master key has been created with an enabled status and an auto-generated key ID listed next to the key alias and key description that we provided. Next, we will use this financial reports key to protect a file we upload to Amazon S3. We are now in the Amazon S3 console. Let's create a bucket, upload a financial document to that bucket, and encrypt that document using the financial reports key that we created. We'll click Create Bucket to get started. In this window, let's enter the bucket name as Finance Reports US 2014. We'll ensure that the region we select matches the region in which our master key was created. This is because AWS KMS master keys are isolated by region and can only be used in the region they are created in. In our example, we created the financial reports key in the US West Oregon region. Therefore, we'll select Oregon as the S3 region from the dropdown and click Create to create the bucket. The bucket is now created. Let's upload a document q1report.xlsx to this bucket. To do this, we need to go to Actions and select Upload. In this window, click on Add Files and select the file q1report. We'll click on the Set Details button to select the encryption option we want for this file. We'll check the Use Server-Side Encryption box and notice that there are two options. The first option, Use the Amazon S3 Service Master Key, uses a default master key that is common to all AWS accounts and does not give you the ability to manage this key. We want to use the master key we just created, so we need to choose the second option. Once we choose option 2, you will see a drop-down list of all the master keys in the current account. You can also enter the ARN of the key here. The AWS/S3 master key you see here is a default master key that is used to encrypt S3 data unless you select a different key. For this example, let's select the Financial Reports key from the dropdown. All details related to this key, such as the key description, account ID, and key ID, are auto-populated when you select this key. Once we click Start Upload, the Q1 report file gets encrypted and uploaded into the S3 bucket, Finance Reports US 2014. We can confirm that the file has been successfully uploaded into the bucket by looking at the status displayed in the Transfers tab. To verify that the Financial Reports master key was used to encrypt the file, we look at the Properties tab where we can see that the Financial Reports master key was indeed used to encrypt the Q1 Reports Excel sheet. We have now encrypted the Q1 report file using the Financial Reports master key. Now, let's assume that your compliance officer, we'll call her user 2, also needs to use the encrypted file for audit and compliance purposes. You can grant bucket access to user 2 using the S3 console, but user 2 would also need access to the Financial Reports key in order to decrypt the file in that bucket, making this change simple. Here's how we do it. Let's go back to the AWS KMS console. We then click on our Financial Reports key to view the properties of this master key. On this page, under the Key Usage section, click the Add button. You will see the list of users and roles in your account here. Let's check the box next to the user called User2 and click Attach. User2 will now have access to encrypt and decrypt files using the Financial Reports master key. This includes previously encrypted files like the Q1 report spreadsheet we uploaded. When user 2 no longer needs access to this master key, you can come back to this page, check the box for user 2, and click Remove, and she will no longer have access to any of the files encrypted using the Financial Reports master key. In this page, you will also find an option to enable annual rotation for this key. AWS KMS also lets you disable master keys that you no longer want to use. By choosing to disable a master key, you will make all the data that is protected with that key inaccessible as long as the key is disabled. Disabling a key also stops you from being charged for that key. We'll demonstrate by disabling the Financial Reports master key. Let's go to the Encryption Keys page. We'll select Financial Reports as the key to be disabled by clicking the checkbox next to it. Now we go to Key Actions and select Disable. Financial Reports is now disabled, and this key can't be used for any encrypt or decrypt operations. We can verify this status by seeing that the status of this master key is now set to disabled. To use it again, you simply have to go back and enable it from Key Actions. Re-enabling a master key makes it available for encrypt and decrypt operations. For accounts that have AWS CloudTrail enabled, AWS KMS lets you audit all of the operations performed with the Financial Reports master key through its integration with AWS CloudTrail. To see these logs, we'll switch over to the Amazon S3 Management Console and look at our CloudTrail bucket that we've named MyCorp Audit Trail. We'll look at the AWS CloudTrail logs from today to track our AWS KMS usage. As you can see, a search for key ID of Financial Reports highlights entries that correspond to all the different operations associated with this key, which gives us visibility over the access and use of the Financial Reports key. Congratulations! You have just learned how to create an encryption key in AWS KMS. Use this key to upload and encrypt a file in an Amazon S3 bucket, modify who can use the key, configure the key for annual rotation, disable and re-enable the key, and audit use of this key using AWS CloudTrail. To learn more about AWS Key Management Service, please visit the AWS KMS webpage.